was a huge blessing. Thank you, Jesus. He saved him.
23-year-old Drew Johnson's mother, Joan Johnson, and his family are letting out a sigh of relief this midday. The 23-year-old is recovering at the hospital after he was trapped in a trench for almost 7 hours on Tuesday. Johnson became trapped as he was doing sewer repair work on a home near 130th and Hawthorne. For hours, he was in an 8-foot deep trench with dirt up to his knees.
Rescue crews tried for hours to free Johnson, eventually using an MUD suction truck to free up one of his legs. And today we're learning more about the company Johnson worked for. It's a story you'll see first only on 3 News Now. And 3 News Now reporter Shantae Passmore is live with us in the studio. Shantae.
Emily, Matt, before Tuesday's incident, part of the U.S. Labor Department, OSHA, issued 4 violations to utility trenching. That's the company Johnson works for. Right now, there are no new violations, but the Labor Department tells me they're looking into yesterday's incident very closely.
It's imperative that any company doing trenching work ensure the safety of their workers.
4. That's how many times Utility Trenching Incorporated has been cited by OSHA in both 2008 and 2012.
According to the violations that they received, it's indicated that they were not following all OSHA standards and regulations when working in a trench.
Scott Allen, a spokesperson for the U.S. Labor Department, could not go into the violation details but said utility trenching failed to meet, quote, specific excavation requirements 3 times. Standards reveal trenches deeper than 5 feet must have shoring material. The first time, the company faced a $750 fine, but in 2012, that same fine jumped to $5,600. The business also failed its requirements for protective systems.
Anytime we have a repeat violation with any company, it raises a red flag.
Allen would not comment on Tuesday's trench rescue, but OSHA was on scene. Much like everyone else watching the event unfold, reps were relieved when Johnson surfaced almost 7 hours later.
Well, this incident could have been much more tragic had this young man lost his life due to the company's failure to follow OSHA standards and regulations.
So we drove over to Utility Trenching to see if they could give us a comment about their employee, Drew, and his condition, even about their multiple violations from OSHA. But so far, they've declined to comment. Allen makes one thing clear.
The onus is always on the employer. The onus has to be on the employer to ensure the workers are properly trained.
Matt, Emily, Allen says it's too early to tell whether yesterday's incident failed to meet excavation standards. Right now, an investigation is underway, which will take several months. Live, Shantae Passmore, 3 News Now, midday.